101, welcome to your reading. So today we are going to be looking at how are you reinventing yourself? And as soon as I was like going through the images for this pick a card reading for you guys, the ones that you chose out of, when I saw the hair clip, I was already getting a channel message about working on your confidence when it surrounds your appearance and when it surrounds your physical beauty. I was even seeing something about like a cloaking type of mechanism that you use when it comes to your beauty. So there's something about your beauty that you use as a way to protect yourself. And the reason why I'm saying that, I think the best example that I can give you is someone that has like really, really, really long, thick hair. They're known for their hair. And they use their hair as almost like a shield in a way, in a sense, right? Like maybe they see their hair as like their best feature, but also at the same time, if they're insecure about like other body parts or other things about themselves, it kind of does feel like a weighted blanket in a way where it feels like a security blanket. I don't know how to describe this, but there's a sense of my hair is my best feature. Oh, I don't want people to see me. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I'm seeing like someone trying to like cover their face with their hair or, trying to like mask something with their hair. I don't know. Again, in a spiritual sense, our hair is kind of like a cloak. It can protect us, because it's our shield, it's our veil when it comes to cloaking or third eye. There's something about your hair that you're going to be doing that's going to be a definite change that you are, I'm hearing, willing to sacrifice because you want to feel free. So some of you guys may actually be struggling with allowing yourself to get a haircut. Maybe you're afraid of having short hair. Like there's people that will have split ends all over their hair, but they don't want to lose the length, even though if they got a haircut, it would make their hair look like 100 times better. They're like holding on to basically strands of hair. But to them, it's like their sense of comfort. And again, if that's you, I'm not shading you. I've gone through that myself. You hold on to these things that it's not necessarily the look of it, but it's like the emotional attachment to it. You know what I mean? Maybe you had like an ex-boyfriend or something be like, oh, you look better with long hair. You would look ugly with short hair. Rude as F, but maybe you took that to heart. Maybe that really just pierced you in your soul. And now you just kind of assume that you have to have this long hair, even though you don't even like the look of this haircut. Maybe you've always wanted to cut your hair short or dye your hair, but you feel like you need to keep up with like maybe beauty standards as a way to make yourself appear attractive to other people. No shame in that, right? We all want to look good to others. We may not admit that, but I think we all care a little bit about how people perceive us, right? And I'm seeing that what you're going to be doing is you are going to be maybe letting go of something that you thought was what made you feel beautiful. Like for me, I'm just going to be so real with you guys. Like when I was in high school, I'm 31 now. I was like always wearing hair extensions. Like my hair, like back then, my hair wasn't really that short, but I was always cutting it short because I used to color it all the time. And then because I wanted long hair, I would wear hair extensions. And I was so obsessed with like having my hair look perfect, having my makeup look perfect. I wore fake eyelashes every single day, which I still kind of do, but it's not as like thick and heavy as before. But like I had like OCD and control issues with like looking perfect all the time. I grew up being bullied. And I think, again, that was like the one thing I could control was I was trying to make it so that I had some sort of control over my appearance. And in that way, it was like my makeup. I used to wear like the winged eyeliner. I wanted to be like perfectly straight, angled, like, and I would literally have like a crash out if I wasn't able to have my makeup look perfect. I couldn't go anywhere without looking perfect in my mind. I had to be a certain way. I had to look this way or I wasn't pretty, which is really sad admitting that and just thinking about how I felt back then. I still like to wear like false eyelashes and stuff, but I feel like I'm now just starting to get comfortable with leaving the house with not like getting myself all dolled up like I used to. I don't wear hair extensions anymore. I don't color my hair anymore. Like, I'm trying to be more low maintenance. And I think that was really hard for me to get used to because I was so into the time consuming, the ritual of it. And it is kind of fun to get into this ritual and routine of, taking care of yourself. But at the same time, can actually be like a hindrance because you'll feel like you need it, right? It's like a crutch. And I'm kind of getting a similar message for you where you may feel like you need the supplement, you need this hairstyle, you need this clothing, you need this thing that makes you feel like you. But you may be recognizing it's not how it makes you feel. It doesn't make you feel like you, but you may be recognizing that it's something that makes you feel safe. It's like a protective covering. So I don't think all of you are going to be releasing it and letting it go, but you may be wanting to work on maybe changing it up a little bit, maybe being more open-minded to doing maybe some different looks every other day. Or, maybe if you haven't been wanting to get a haircut for like 10 years, you may be like, okay, maybe I should get an inch instead of like, half an inch. Like it may not seem super drastic to everyone else, but to you, it may be a big deal. But I am seeing that you're going to be doing something out of your comfort zone when it comes to your appearance. And I was also getting another example where maybe some of you guys are noticing that your hair is thinning out, you're balding, and maybe you were trying to cover it up before. Maybe you were wearing wigs, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're wearing hats. And you may just be deciding like, okay, I don't want to try and like hide this. I'm just going to start showing it off and just accepting it as what it is. So you may be shaving your hair if you're a guy, or maybe if you are feminine, you're like, okay, I don't care if I have short hair. Maybe you're going to be cutting all your hair off. Maybe some of you guys will be I'm hearing something about like a surgery or a cosmetic procedure. For some of you, you guys may actually be jumping the gun and spending a pretty penny on making something more permanent with your look. This is something that made you feel insecure, and so you want to change that. And again, there's no shame in that. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people that look down on others that want to get cosmetic procedures. I do believe that if you're doing it to impress other people or because it's trendy, in my opinion, I feel like, over time you're going to regret it, right? But if this is something that you have really been wanting, it's something that would make you feel better. It would make your life come across as easier. You may end up doing that. Maybe even like a nose job, or I'm getting like microblading, like permanent makeup or something. Again, take what resonates, but there's something about how you don't want to feel insecure without this thing. You want something that will make your life easier getting ready in the morning. I am hearing that. Something that you can feel free from. Like there's a sense of like, I'm getting the devil card in my head. It's almost like there's been this addiction, obsession over something regarding your beauty, or codependency. And you want to find a way to basically annul that. You want to be able to wake up and feel confident in your own skin. So whatever changes that you're going to be doing to do so, you'll be doing that. For some of you, I'm hearing cold turkey. So some of you guys may even just be wanting to, face the fear of not having something and just dealing with it and seeing what happens. Like you're going to be testing things out, trying things out, maybe going cold turkey on some certain medications or things and seeing how your body reacts to it. Again, I'm not a doctor, so please just do what feels right for you. But it's making me think, like, I'm hearing minoxidil. Maybe some of you guys are wanting to get off of that. And maybe you're afraid because you're afraid of like maybe losing the new growth. I'm getting really random things, but you don't want to feel tied to some sort of material attachment. You don't want to be tied to a beauty standard, or tied to something that once made you feel beautiful, but now it just feels like this routine that you can't get out of. You're ready to embrace a new beauty look, a new aesthetic, and something that maybe is easier and less fuss for you. So I was channeling that as well. Another thing that I was picking up too, I do believe in evil eye. I believe in negativity, projections, ill intentions affecting our health, our physical appearance, our psyche. There was a study where there were people that had the same plant, and when you talk to the plant, there was like one plant that they talked really good things into, like, oh, you're beautiful, I love you, things that would be uplifting. And then there was another plant that they were just basically cursing at and saying negative things about it and like, oh, I hate you. And they were both given the same requirements, the same nutrients, the same light, water, everything. And the plant that was being showered in love was the one that was growing. It was healthy. It was being nurtured. Like you could tell that it was visibly doing better. And then the other plant was withering away. It was almost like shrinking up. It was coiling. It was dying. So I do feel like there is something in regards to maybe even your own self-talk, your affirmations, what you say about your physical appearance, that you're going to be rewiring and trying to become more positive. I'm even seeing something about like how we pray over our food. There's cultures that, again, even like religious practices, your spiritual beliefs, they have this sense of praying over your food and thanking the universe for what you're being provided for. That in itself is blessing it, right? So if you're not into spell work or whatever, I'm very open-minded on this channel. I try to reach to many different types of people here, from religious backgrounds, spiritual backgrounds, whatever. But I do believe it's the same, like intentions, prayer, spell work. It is all about affirmation and the desire and the thought of something. So it is kind of all the same thing. Whatever you're doing, you may be practicing glamour magic. If you guys are a witch or someone that does spell work, maybe you're literally praying over your body, your health, your physical appearance. Maybe you're just having affirmations, speaking out loud, being like, I am beautiful, like looking yourself in the mirror and be like, I am beautiful. I am confident. I am great. I'm going to have a wonderful day. This makeup that I'm putting on my face, it's going to be making me look and feel my best. Like I really do believe it's all the same. It could be called different things, but it's all the same in my opinion. You're going to be speaking love into your daily routines, rituals, and practices. And I think that also is going to be helping get the body and health and beauty goals that you're wanting, because you're not negatively thinking that it's going to have a bad impact on you. You're not jumping to the worst case conclusion. Like, for example, you start a new beauty item and maybe in your mind, you're like, this is not going to work. This is going to make me feel worse. And because you're putting that self-doubt on yourself, like, yeah, it's going to not work efficiently because you're already making it up in your mind that it's not going to work. So I do see something about how you're going to be protecting maybe your own mind from disrupting this beauty growth or level up in your life. You may even be trying to psychically protect. I'm hearing locking your mirrors. There's something about how you want to protect yourself from other people attacking your beauty as well. So again, if people like to critique you, if people like to pick apart your flaws, you're going to be getting better at deflecting and defending yourself, or you're not going to be allowing it to trigger you as much or make such a big impact on how you view yourself. I really do feel like, yes, you're physically going to be looking good, but there's something about the healing of your mind and your heart and how your self-esteem is as a whole. That's going to be really helping you maximize this glow up in your life. I want to clarify that psychic protection. I feel like there's so much more with that. Like, I almost feel like you were, in a way, getting attacked for your physical appearance through jealousy, envy, or people just being rude, right? Like people making comments about your body, about your appearance. Maybe you're the type of person that feels like people are constantly speaking about your appearance. You're like, okay, why is this always getting brought up? Like, I don't bring this up in front of other people. I don't talk about my physical appearance to other people. I don't even pick apart other people's appearances, but I feel like I'm always the one being used as a topic of discussion. And I'm seeing that how you could be reinventing yourself is you could be finding ways to maybe get yourself out of that conversation starter. I don't know how you would do that. Maybe your spirit guides are going to be helping you in that department where they're going to be pushing people's gaze off of you when it comes to negativity, like redirecting it to themselves. I am seeing that your overall protection over your health and beauty is something that's going to be a big thing for you. Something that maybe you weren't really thinking about before. Maybe your spirit guides, because they want to give you this glow up, they want to make sure that you are protected from criticism and people wanting to take this internal strength away from you. Some of you may even be getting into the practice of wanting to bless your space. I am seeing a lot of things here about listening to positive music, positive audiobooks, uplifting, what am I hearing? Uplifting, like podcasts. Like, you really want to work on your health and wellness when it comes to your mind and how you view yourself, which is going to be helping outwardly your physical appearance. I really feel like you have been mentally getting attacked, either by yourself or because of maybe you have been the victim of bullying, or there's just people that are really, I don't know, like really into your physical appearance and wanting to talk about it a lot. And now I'm getting, I know this is going to be triggering for some people. For some reason, I'm getting the image of Eugenia Cooney. I'm sorry if I'm stumbling on my words a lot, you guys. I tend to do that. But I'm getting the image of Eugenia Cooney. And I don't know if you guys know who she is, but she got pretty famous on YouTube because of her physical appearance, mostly. And she comes off as very sweet, and she has a very high-pitched voice, and she seems very kind, but she was the topic of discussion because of that. I don't want to get into the details of that, but if you know who I'm talking about, then you know. And people are just, obviously, because she's not taking care of herself, people are obsessed with how she looks and saying things about her that are not very nice. You know, there's genuine concern from a lot of people because, again, she is doing things to herself that are unhealthy, and it could pose a risk to her life. I mean, it is causing a risk to her life, let's be real. But I don't want to get into that. But anyway, it's making me think of people being all up in your business about how you look. Maybe not because of something extreme like that, but it's like the talk of the town is your physical appearance or how you take care of your beauty. And there's going to be people that love and support you and want the best for you and wish well for you. But there's also going to be people, maybe even online, that are just negative Nancy's, people that are just rude, and they just want to be able to jump on the depression parade, like being able to have some sort of effect on your mental health. And I am seeing that your spirit guides are going to be helping shield you from people that only want to project hate or cruelty or negativity as you bloom and blossom. I'm seeing you blooming and blossoming, and your spirit guides are wanting to protect this from like attacks and pests and things that would make you want to go back and hide. I really feel like your confidence is the biggest thing that I'm channeling. Is maybe this is something where you have been wanting to be more out, like extroverted. You haven't been wanting to be a wallflower. You've been wanting to do things that do feel like a transformation, but you've been feeling shame for it or embarrassed, or you're just really self-critical, and people in your community have not been helping with that. So it's been really hard for you to get out of your shell. It's been really hard for you to make these changes. And I'm seeing that your spirit guides are ready to help elevate you by maybe blocking people from saying anything or moving you away from people that only want to cause you disruptions, endings, and harm to this new beginning that you're having with your confidence and your beauty. I'm really getting that. I'm also seeing something about how you may be physically moving as well. How you're reinventing your life is you actually may be physically relocating somewhere else. Moving away from people that are, again, maybe even spiritually being moved by your spirit guides, from people that keep psychically attacking you. I don't know what's going on with you, Pal One, but I feel like you are the topic of negativity at times. So maybe not all the time, but you have been. Maybe your mom or your dad, or maybe even your friends, will bring up something about what makes you feel beautiful, something that brings you confidence, or even just your body, and they bring it up in conversation. You're like, whoa, what the hell? Like, where did this come from? Like, We were talking about something completely opposite, and it could be showing signs of envy. It could be showing signs of jealousy, or it's showing them off to be a very negative person, someone that doesn't really, I know this sounds really harsh, pile one, but you may actually be noticing people for the first time because their masks are slipping and they're showing that they don't really like you that much. And how you may be reinventing your life is because of this glow up. I really see that you're going to be going through a glow up physically where you feel beautiful and good in your skin. But it's going to be outing the people that may have been hidden enemies this whole time, people that don't wish well for you. But because you're seeing how they're reacting to your physical appearance, you're seeing how they're reacting to your glow up, it's going to be showing you how you can protect yourself from these people, maybe not talking to these people as much, maybe trying to, keep it very minimal contact or very superficial. But I feel like this is going to be a blessing in disguise for you because you're going to be realizing who is there for you and who's not. People that you need to avoid, maybe people that you need to limit communication with, or people that you recognize like, okay, they've been throwing some shade at me. They've been jealous of me. Maybe I can find ways to help boost them up, or I can just cut contact. Because you don't need that. You don't need to have that around you. I feel like your spirit guides really want to bless you with you feeling good about your body and about yourself. And there's going to be people that show themselves as being a hater, right? Unfortunately. But the thing that you need to know is you will be protected from these people. Your spirit guides are going to be either physically relocating you, moving you away from them, or they're going to be moving their attacks. They're going to be pushing their attacks off of you, redirecting it, unfortunately, back to themselves. You may be transmuting it through, again, their attacks may be coming, but you're trying to find ways to have it benefit you and bless you instead, working on yourself instead, maybe not like literally succumbing to their attacks, like not allowing their words to hurt you, but help improve you, if that makes any sense. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep going. How are you reinventing yourself, pile one? How are you reinventing yourself? Healing from the past. So there is a lot of past pain. Yeah, we have welcome the new on the bottom of the deck. I think you want to move away from your past. You want to move away from a past identity. You may just want to move away from like a hometown. Like you want a brand new start. You may even be wanting to exercise at this time. There's something about how there's things in your life that are outdated right now. And it could be like physical things, like physical products, like I was telling you, physical ideologies, physical things that you value. Maybe people in your life. Again, I'm seeing that you're outgrowing situations, people, lifestyles, habits, and you're ready to embrace new things that will help encourage growth in your life. And so some of you guys are going to be moving. Some of you guys are going to be throwing away your supplements and products and stuff and wanting to change up your appearance into a whole new look. Some of you are going to be getting into a new workout program. Maybe you've been working out, but it hasn't been giving you the results that you want, so you're going to be changing that up. You may be changing up your diet. We do have healthcare change on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, you're going to be making changes to your overall health, your workout routine. Maybe you want to start working out. Maybe you guys are wanting to physically relocate and move and change your name and change your whole identity because you can, right? You want to be seen as no one knows me here. I can become the version of myself that I'm allowed to be because no one's going to be like, oh, well, you used to be this way, or oh, that's so-and-so. It's giving me, you want to feel like you're unknown, like you want to start over, right? And you're allowed to do that is what I'm hearing. You're allowed to feel like you can start over and be a brand new person. I'm getting that. And I'm seeing that you're not going to be feeling or hearing so much negativity being directed at you. I am hearing that your spirit guides, in a way, if you do, because we all go through periods where we have hate, discrimination, or evil eye. It doesn't matter who you are. Your spirit guides may be helping you with you not hearing it as much or feeling it as much. I don't know how they're going to be doing that, but I do feel like your spirit guides are going to be redirecting a lot of people's projections back to sender, if that makes sense. They're not allowing it to come through to you anymore. Because I almost feel like, I don't know if you guys believe in this, but I almost feel like because the negativity that you have been having directed at you, it's been affecting your physical appearance and your health. And maybe you've been trying to get yourself back out there, trying to get yourself to feel better. But it's like because of this heavy energetic, I guess, attack, it's been making you procrastinate, or it's been making you tired, or you've been feeling lazy, or you haven't been wanting to put the effort in. And it could honestly be because it's energetically, affecting you. And so your spirit guides are going to be taking care of that for you if that's something that you have been struggling with. Let's go ahead and end your video, pile 1, with my Scrabble letters and see how is it that you're reinventing yourself. What new and exciting things are you going to be having inserted into your life and your lifestyle? Let's get more. I'm hearing self-made. So something about you being self-made is coming up in my mind. And I'm also hearing me time. So you're going to be more focused on yourself for sure. Now I'm seeing the word hide. I think you're also going to be not wanting to hide as much. I think that's something that you have actually been struggling with, is you feeling like you need to be hidden or become more introverted or a wallflower. You want to be able to not do that anymore. And so your spirit guides are going to be helping you with that. Why am I seeing beat? Like beat. I'm getting like makeup, like, make like beating your face, like not like, how do I explain this? It's making me think of like a makeup beat. Like you're going to be, putting on that powder. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe you're changing up your makeup routine. Maybe your makeup's not going to be as heavy, or maybe you want to make your makeup more heavy, more dramatic. I'm also getting beating your haters. So I feel like this is almost in a way, this glow up that you're going to be going through is like vindication for yourself in a sense. Like, yes, it's going to be bringing you confidence, but it's almost going to be like, I'm hearing an I told you so to your haters. So that in itself will be feeling pretty good for you. I'm getting time, the word time. Something about your time, like time management, is also going to be something that you do differently. Spending the time to make yourself look and feel better. Inputting a routine, like a schedule for yourself where you have the time to do the things that you love. Maybe having a slot, like a window in your schedule where you can work out for like an hour. Making time to go on walks, making time to maybe going to the hair salon once a month, or you're going to be wanting to organize and change up your routine. I am seeing that as a way to find ways to make yourself look and feel your best. You want to change that up. Maybe you complain about not having enough time. Maybe you complain about, well, that's just too much energy, or, oh, I don't have enough money. There's something about how you're going to be finding a way to make something work so that you don't give up on it, so that you stick to it. Let's see. I am seeing the word eat. I'm hearing something about an eating window. So maybe you work a lot or something. You have a very crazy schedule, and maybe there's times where you forget to eat, or you forget to take your vitamins or something like that. I get this like impression that you really want to start prioritizing yourself. There's a sense of maybe you neglect yourself at times, or maybe you're extremely forgetful because you get really busy with other things. But there's something about how you want to input a slot in your window, like a scheduled window of, I'm going to stop what I'm doing with everything else. I'm going to put everything aside. I have this on my to-do list. I'm going to prioritize myself and get this done so that I don't keep postponing it, or I keep forgetting to do so. Or I make excuses on not doing it. So I am seeing that for you. I'm hearing beehive mindset. When you think about a beehive mindset, this is all about following the crowd and doing what is expected of you. And I think you're also going to be leaving that as well. You want to focus more on your own authenticity and originality and not following the trends or not doing things because maybe other people expect you to. You want to do things that allow you to be true to yourself and ultimately make you feel good in the long run. What else do I see? I see teeth. You may be doing something with your teeth. So maybe you need to go to the dentist. Maybe you've been pushing that off. Maybe you need to get your wisdom teeth taken out. Maybe you actually want to get like dentures or like veneers or something. Maybe you're going to be focusing more on your overall oral health. Maybe that's something you're going to be doing differently as a way to improve your health and lifestyle. What else do I see? They do talk about how your teeth, your mouth health, plays a really big role in your overall well-being. Like it really does. Because if you have like any infections or rotting teeth or gingivitis or anything like that, it can get into the bloodstream, and obviously your blood goes to all areas of your body. You can get sepsis, you can get sick. So it's always good that if you're having teeth pain to get that checked out, because it can lead to more harmful health problems. Again, I'm not a doctor though, so just do what feels good for you. Do what your doctor, your oral surgeon, or whoever you see, follow their instructions. But I'm just talking from a standpoint of things that I've learned. Anyway, I am seeing the word Bambi. Like Bambi eyes, maybe coming off as more angelic. Why am I seeing that? When you think about Bambi, it's very soft, very nurturing, very sweet, very graceful. I'm seeing the word Bambi. So take what resonates. I'm seeing DJ. Maybe those are your initials, or maybe you're going to be getting into DJing, music production. Also, a name change could actually be in your future. I'm seeing that as well. A name change. Something about your name being different. Anyway, pile 1, that's all that I see for you. I hope that this helped you, and I will talk to you all later. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So today we are going to be looking at how are you currently reinventing yourself right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clarify each card, because I saw this as 2 things. So something about your authenticity, the way that you, again, your thoughts, words, and who you are as a person. You're wanting to become more transparent. You're wanting to become more of an original thought. Someone that isn't afraid to be seen, to be weird, or to be you. And then I also see that you're going to be healing something in your life. I'm hearing that's a big deal. But I want to go ahead and clarify I'm seeing these as 2 things. So I'm going to clarify each pile as a message for you. So what are you becoming more authentic with when it comes to you? Relationship dynamics. So something about your connections you're being more authentic with, or you're becoming more authentic when it comes to people, maybe with people in your life. We do have new career for healing. So grief work when it comes to a job. Maybe you're going to be leaving a job for a new job. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting distracted, but okay, there's something about your money that's heavy about 2 of these things. Let's clarify with a tarot card to see what's going on. Something about your money. Yeah, something about your money is affecting your overall relationship dynamics. Maybe it's your relationship with money. Something is changing when it comes to that, but something about your money's healing. Yeah, the Fool card's all about your authenticity and trusting the universe and being real. I want to clarify with some cards before I give you the message, all right, you guys? 10 of Swords. But we have the Star card. I'm sorry, I probably have to cover that. This is all about hope. This is all about inspiration. This is all about feeling called to something. So when you think about the star, like the North Star story in the Bible especially, they followed the stars. They trusted their intuition. Again, this is all about being real. There's something about your relationship to money, as well as like how your money affects your relationships, that you're going to be acknowledging. I'm hearing within this year. some of you have maybe, I don't know if I'm going to be triggering people, but there's something about when it comes to money, I feel like the value of money makes you feel good. You may actually spend a lot of money on your appearance, on your partners. Maybe your status when it comes to your finances makes you feel good about yourself. And I am seeing something about a partnership possibly ending, going through like a betrayal, going through some sort of bitter ending is what I'm hearing. Maybe you and a loved one went through a separation, and maybe you're going to be, maybe it was over money too. So maybe there was some sort of breakup because of money. There was like fighting over money. Maybe you felt like you were being used for your money. So something about you, there's something about you becoming more humble, or you learning to live more humbly. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. I'm also getting something about how maybe you're not going to be lying to people about your money. I don't know who you are. Maybe you have someone that has a lot of like generational wealth, or you make pretty good money at your job. And maybe in the past, you felt like people were using you for your finances. People were maybe taking you for granted. Maybe you're very generous with your income. And maybe there is like a separation that happened with a union in your life that showed you like, I need to stop hiding my finances, or maybe you don't want to be as open about your money. There's something really weird about that. It's really giving me, there's like a relationship dynamic to money as a whole. How you view money is changing, but I also feel like it has something that has to do with a relationship in your life ending. I need to get some more details on that. How are you becoming more authentic when it comes to relationships and finances? I'm getting a bit confused. I'm also hearing something about maybe you've been lying about your money, like your status when it comes to your job with people in your life. Maybe you feel, okay, I'm getting another message. If you don't have a whole lot of money, maybe you've been trying to play up that you make more money than you actually do. Maybe you lost your job, and maybe you're still like kind of showing people that you still work at this place. It's like you're maybe feeling shameful or embarrassed to admit that you're not working right now, or you don't have as much money as you once did. It's giving me living past your means. Maybe that's something that you've had issues with, is almost projecting the narrative of I have a very rich life, or I have all this money, when maybe you're struggling right now, and that's okay, right? There's no shade in that. But maybe you're recognizing like your lifestyle right now, maybe you can't keep up with it anymore. Maybe you gotta live more humbly. Maybe you need to cut down on things that you'd spend money on. There's something about that where maybe you're having to get a new job, right? There's something about how maybe you lost your job, and again, that's changing up your lifestyle in a very dramatic way. Maybe you're on the search for a new job here. But it is kind of giving me this sense of like you needing to start over, or a new experience. You're like on the hunt for something new. And again, that may be a really good change for you. Maybe the job that you're at, like, yes, it gave you this sense of an identity. Maybe your whole identity was based off of your career. This was your baby. This is something that you were known for. And now you're really having to, again, reinvent yourself. You're not known for this really big thing anymore. This thing that impacted you, your ego, and how people saw you. You're having to look for something else now. And it could, in a way, this is a good thing in the long run, but it does feel like a loss, right? It feels like a loss because this is something that played a really big role in your identity and your public appearances, and also the way that you lived your life. So I feel like in a way, maybe this job, if you have lost your job, or you're in the midst of leaving this company or something, there's like job changes and money changes that I see for you. This is all about becoming more accustomed and more used to this sense of not knowing what's going to happen next. I do feel like you are on this journey of like self-discovery when it comes to your purpose. I am hearing that your spirit guides are leading you in a new direction in your life, but there's a lot of things that you have to let go of when it comes to how you view money, the impact that money made in your personal relationships, having to walk away from a job that you saw yourself working at for maybe forever, and also the role that you played in your life because of this status, because of this income, because of this job. It's going to be hard at first. I'm not going to lie. It does feel like an ending, a loss, a mourning period. But it seems like in the long run, you're going to be finding a place. Yeah, as I said that, you're going to be finding a new harvest, right? You're going to be receiving something else. It's like you have to start on a whole new project. You have to start from the bottom up again, right? Maybe you were some sort of lead or manager, or you worked in HR in a company. Maybe they went bankrupt, or maybe, everything is changing, the dynamics, the coworker dynamics. Maybe you're having to start over again. You're no longer going to be in charge of your schedule. You're no longer going to become the manager. You have to become more of like the coworker, and it's like a lower pay grade, or starting over in a different company and having to show yourself again, having to prove your worth to the company again. It's making me think of you being on a new start, but it's like you don't know where it's going to lead you. But what your spirit guides are saying, you will be led to a new harvest, but it does feel like you are losing a role. You're having to step into a different role in your life. And that may be very difficult for you, because I feel like whatever it was that you had, it feels like an achievement of some kind. You felt like you were at your best of best, but your spirit guides are saying there's something more for you. There's something better for you. And that's going to be difficult because, again, it came with its benefits. Wherever you were at came with financial benefits. It came with status. It came with respect. It came with authority. And you having to leave that behind, it almost feels like you're walking away from everything that you've known in a way. But I am seeing something about how I do feel like you're going to be wanting to get back to, I'm hearing getting back to business. So maybe wanting to nurture a new idea, nurturing new ways on how you can brainstorm with money, a new concept, a new idea. Like I feel like you're going to be doing something very different compared to what you're doing now when it comes to the work field. I'm also seeing something about how you are rewiring your brain on what it means to be successful, on what it means to be abundant, prosperous, and fulfilled. So yes, your role, your physical role in your job or the way that you're making money is going through a complete reinvention. But it's also how you view money and what money means to you, and how money has impacted your relationships in general. Because just because you have a whole lot of money, I'm getting that your relationships may have even been stunted because of you overworking or something. Or you kept attracting people that maybe were even wanting to use you for your finances in a way. Maybe the type of people that you socialized with, they were all about status, all about materialism, all about money. And maybe you're learning, like, I don't really care about the wealth or the status or this, public achievements as much. I want to be able to focus on family and harmony, peace, and good vibes. Like, just because you have a whole lot of money doesn't mean that you're going to be happy. And there's something about how you're recognizing the things that do bring fulfillment into your life and what doesn't. You don't want to just have things in your life to show off. You want things to be able to experience and have sentimental value and memories. So I don't know what you're going to be doing, pile 2, but there is a really big change when it comes to moving away from things that maybe you had material attachments to, or you felt like this was your purpose or identity. I'm getting like, again, I've said this in another pick a card reading that I made. I think it was last week, like the season of Job. Like, it's making me think not of you going through the suffering period, but there's something about how you're going to be going on this journey of less is more, not bringing a whole lot with you, not feeling like you need material attachments to make you feel worthy, to make you feel successful. It's like you and your own general being, you feel happy, fulfilled, and successful just because that's how you feel about yourself. You don't need people to be boosting you up. You don't need some sort of recognition. You don't need to feel prosperous because of your reputation. So how you're reinventing yourself is there is something about less is more, being authentically you, being okay with, having these changes happen in your life, not being stuck on an idea of what makes you valuable. And I do see that you're going to be searching out some sort of new job or new purpose in your life. But let's go ahead and keep going, pile 2, and see what else is happening with you. How else are you reinventing your life, pile 2? Trust in the universe. There is something really big here about how you don't know where your life is going, but you're trusting God, your spirit guides, your angels, that you're going to be okay. And look at that. Divine guidance on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like your trust and faith in God and your spirit team is going to be going through a reinvention. It's going to be going through a testing period. I'm not going to lie, pile 2. I was hearing the story of Job. Again, look into that. I know not everyone's religious. I'm not either. I grew up in a very religious household, but I am not religious. I don't really believe in anything, to be quite frank. I believe in a spiritual power. I believe in God, angels, spirit guides. I kind of believe that every religion has truth, and it's almost the same thing. We just have different names and different stories behind it. But I think everything is connected. Whatever you believe in, whatever makes you feel most comfortable, pile 2. But I say God. I feel like God is almost testing you during this time in your life of, do you want material things to make you feel whole as a person, or do you feel whole as a person because of just your own inner compass? I guess there's something really humbling about this. I'm not going to lie here. There's something very humbling about the experience that you're currently going through, where you almost have to have faith to keep going. I'm getting that you don't have like a map. You don't have a book telling you what to do next. And I feel like for a while you've had this kind of like map kind of laid out of like, this is what you do to be happy. This is what you do to be successful. You get married at this age. And it's making me think of a how-to, like people telling you how to move through life and how to build generational wealth, how to have the perfect relationship. And it's like you're kind of having to start over because it didn't feel authentic to you. It kind of felt like you were following someone else's story. You were walking in someone else's shoes. And in this time in your life, or I don't know if this has been going on already, pile 2, or you're going to be entering this season of this, but this is going to be a time in your life where you need to trust that you are safe, secure, and that your spirit team is guiding you in the right direction towards your harvest, towards your inner fulfillment, not just outer fulfillment, but inner fulfillment. You can have all the money in the world and you can still be miserable, right? You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have loved ones or family or friends to share it with, then what is the point? So I feel like you're also going to be reinventing your sense of community, reinventing your sense of family values, maybe looking towards more of human connection over material attachments. But I'm also seeing that you're going to be having a stronger connection to your spirit guides. Like I'm seeing spiritual insights and spiritual awakenings at this time where I'm getting like a lot of synchronicities and things making you realize and understand more so about yourself, more so about how you've been going, like moving through life. It's like you're waking up. You're no longer on autopilot. That's what I'm seeing for you. And I'm also seeing something about how you actually may be going towards more into self-employment. So maybe you are leaving a company because your spirit guides are wanting you to become more of this leader in your work field. They want you to have your own company. They want you to be your own boss. They want you to do something independently. But again, that may have lack of support in the beginning. Having to do everything by yourself, learning things on your own, right? A game plan. It's like the walk less travel. This is something that you're going to have to figure out by yourself. Not many people are self-employed or have their own businesses. This is something that you're going to have to figure out, through the mistakes, failures, and lessons. Again, it's all about the growth and the journey of becoming, self-satisfied or self-sufficient. There is something about how this journey that you're on is going to help you become stronger. It's also going to be making you realize how strong you are and how capable you are. What's going on, how you're reinventing yourself, is you're going to be shown through hardship how strong you are, how capable you are. The limitations mean nothing. I'm seeing you building up your endurance. So yes, there's going to be things that may come off as extremely tiring, things that make you feel a bit sad, things that maybe, make you view the past in a different way. But ultimately, I feel like you're going to be happy about it. I do see that you're going to be gracefully going through these challenges. I'm also seeing something about how there's something about your reinvention. You're going to be finding ways to look younger. Maybe your job has been making you so stressed out that your hair's been prematurely graying. You've been losing your hair. You've been noticing more wrinkles. You haven't been getting enough sleep, so maybe they're all bloodshot all the time. Maybe you've been having weight fluctuations. Like, I'm seeing like your physical health is going to be going through an upgrade because the stress of your job is no longer going to be affecting you as much. So in a way, this is a blessing in disguise where you're finding better ways to work productively, but not put so much strain on your physical body. I am seeing something here. Yeah, as I said, that heavenly signs. You are going to be guided by your angels and by your spirit guides through the things that you see, the things that just really resonate with your soul, intuitive guidance, angel numbers. Like, I feel like this is going to be a year for you, Pile 2, where your spirit guides are custom ordering you, like they're custom making you. You're meant to be going through this, I guess, cocoon phase right now, this period of unknown, this period of confusion. You may not know where you're going, but your spirit guides have a plan for you. They know where you're going. They want to lead you. Yeah, they want to lead you to feeling safe. We have 2 cards here talking about trust that you are safe. You are safe. You're safe. You're stable. You're secure. I'm even seeing something about home life changes. Maybe you guys are moving this year and you're like, I don't know where I'm going to be putting my head to sleep. As I said that, I don't know where I'm going to be sleeping tonight. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what my long-term vision is anymore. Maybe you're getting kicked out. Maybe you're getting evicted. Maybe you're deciding like, I want to take the plunge and buy myself a home. But again, that all comes with risks and the unknown of what's going to happen long term. But your spirit guides are leading you in this direction because they know what's best for you. I've even seen for some of you, like an at-home business, working from home. That could be a really big change for you. I do see moving in your future, though. Like, you may be moving houses and you may be worried about that as well. Yeah, anyway, pile 2, I'm gonna pull one last card for you, and then I'm gonna end your reading with some Scrabble letters. All right, how are you reinventing yourself right now? We have energy and harmony. So you are going to be finding a balance when it comes to your overall energy. I think your energy has been feeling a bit chaotic. I'm not gonna lie. You may have been going through a lot of grief. Like, again, you got grief work. You may have been really stressed out. You may be feeling very vulnerable at this time. You feel like you're not stable. I keep getting stable, secure, and safe. That's something that you may not be feeling right now. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to be working on ways to help regulate yourself, not worry so much. When you start to feel fearful, maybe you're going to start praying, or maybe you're going to connect with things that make you feel self-soothed, right? Listening to music, working on hobbies, like finding ways to distract yourself from feeling scared or feeling paranoia or feeling like you need to control the situation. Let's go ahead and see how you're going to be making your energy more harmonious, pile 2. Let's go ahead and see. Memories. How are you making your energy more harmonious? Forgiveness. So you may actually be working on healing, forgiving, and letting go past memories, being able to move on, maybe going to see a counselor, maybe having like a journal where you can kind of write down your thoughts. We do have retirement here, so that could be relevant for someone, but it seems like what you're going to be doing to balance your energy is this kind of purging, releasing, healing, and letting go. And that could very well be in the form of your spiritual growth, like just kind of revisiting things, processing your grief, being able to make sense of it, make yourself feel okay with it. I do feel like you're going to be busier when it comes to your activities. Like you may be wanting to get more into hobbies, maybe spending more time with loved ones, friends as a way to make yourself feel better. But I keep hearing something about wanting to uplift your spirits while you're going through maybe this really hard ending and transition in your life. And so you're going to be really focusing on bringing things into your life that instill passion, things that boost your creativity, things that make you feel inspired. So I do see like more at home projects. I see you getting into more hobbies and interests at this time. Like you're going to become more creative. I am really seeing that for you as a way to keep yourself busy, but also keep yourself from going down this rabbit hole of darkness is what I'm hearing, like feeling negative. You don't want to feel negative. You want to feel peaceful. You want to find new things to make you feel good again. So some of you guys may actually be retiring from a job. And again, like I said, this is like a mourning and loss period because this may have been your whole life. This may have been everything for you. And now you're trying to find new things to focus on. Maybe you're very mentally agile. You need things to keep you mentally stimulated, and your job was one of them, and you're losing that distraction. So now it's like you have to find other distractions now. Yeah. Anyway, pile two, let's go ahead and end your reading off with my Scrabble letters and see how is it that you are reinventing yourself at this time. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, as I said this, there's something about your money. I'm seeing poor. So maybe for some of you, this is no longer you being poor. Maybe you felt like you've been working your ass off your whole life and you don't have anything financially to show for that. And I'm seeing that your money, your material status is going to be changing. And I'm seeing this be overall the ending, the journey of becoming self-sufficient. I do see that you're going to be having some sort of self-employment here, which is going to be leading you to abundance. But maybe you're going through a period right now where you are struggling financially. Maybe this is like the brokest that you've ever been in your life. And you're like, what the hell? Your spirit guides have a plan for you. I want you to know that they have a plan for you. It's not going to be like this forever. I also see the word ripe, which is making me think of like ripe fruit, like getting ready for the picking. So you actually may be wanting to eat more fruit. Maybe that's something, I'm hearing organic, so maybe some dietary changes. I'm also seeing ripe in the form of you feel like you're fully blossoming. Like I'm seeing from poor to ripe, like a period from lacking of to abundant. So maybe this is your sign that there's going to be a very soonish event where things are going to be ready to pick, again, ready to harvest. Maybe even going through this period of you feeling poor and lack of because your manifestation seeds weren't ready to bloom yet. I'm seeing that you are getting close to being able to harvest something in your life. And it seems like material wealth or gain or some sort of movement and self-employment, if that's something that you've been wanting. If we had a T, I could spell eat ripe. So something is getting ready. Like it's almost like your table is about to be prepared for you. It's like God is ready to serve you dinner. Maybe that's something that maybe you've been lacking grocery money, right? There's something about how you're transitioning into a period of life where you will be taken care of. You won't have to worry about not having enough money to buy food and buy groceries for maybe you and your family. Being able to actually buy fresh veggies and fruits. Being able to know that you have a plate full of yummy food every single day. feeling full in that sense, right? Having a roof over your shoulders, or sorry, over your head. I don't know why I said that. Having a roof over your head, having family that loves you and cares about you. I'm just getting the sense of like emotional fulfillment that your spirit guides are leaning you towards, and you knowing that you're safe and protected as you go through this journey of finding where you need to be, where you are stable. So lots of money and material changes are headed your way. And now I'm seeing pie. So I do see like home cooking. That could also be something that you're getting into, is cooking at home, right? Maybe you want to start cooking more home cooked meals. Maybe you're getting into baking. There's something, maybe you're not like, oh, like a baking business. Maybe you want to open up a bakery or something. Maybe you are interested in being able to make food for other people. You know, this is something that can become your own business, your own side hustle. Sorry, I'm getting a drink of my coffee. Or again, a coffee shop. I don't know. It's making me think of something like that. You could be wanting to work for a coffee shop, a bakery. Maybe this is going to be like, again, you're leaving the corporate world and maybe you want to work somewhere that's more laid back. Like, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's more of like a casual atmosphere. Something that makes you feel good when it comes to service, like servicing others. It's not all about the numbers and the money and just the business sense. It's more like, yes, I know like grocery stores and bakeries and coffee shops. Yes, it's about business, but it's about community. It's about servicing other people. It's about connecting with others and making products that people will enjoy. It's more about the quality over, yes, quantity is important, you guys. I know I'm not making the best example of this, but it is making me think of you leaving the corporate HR world of that, sitting in an office and you basically working with people, being more so for the community. That could be something that you're doing as a new career field, is doing something that's more meaningful in that sense. Now I'm hearing reap what you sow. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be reaping something. What does that mean, spirit guys? Reaping what? I'm going to clarify that with a card. End of an era. This is making me think of gains. Again, there's an end. You are having an end in your life. And I feel like this end could actually be multiple things. I'm getting that you've had multiple endings. I think you already lost your job or something. That ending that was really bitter, that has already happened. I feel like this is past tense. And you have been in a period where you've been having to be in this poor man mindset. I think you've kind of went from being on the top to a humbling experience. It's making me think that. And your life feels like it's been humbling. It's been almost like a Saturn return, like a Saturn transit over your life of things that have been feeling very limiting. And maybe you felt like in the past you're at the top of the top and now you're like in this limited mindset. And you're like, what the hell? This is a confirmation that you're leaving that era of your life of having to scrape by, having to feel like you're, trying to get things going, limitations, needing to become a grown-up, realism, being hard on yourself. You've learned a lot. I feel like this is going to be a period of good karma in your life where you're reaping through all of the pain. Even when you open up your own business, it's giving me that. You've been going through these growing pains. That's what it makes me think of you. Growing pains of maybe learning how to start your own business. Again, it doesn't just happen overnight, you guys. Like overnight success, yes, it can happen, but that's not typical for most people. Like me starting my YouTube channel, like in September of this year, I would have been on YouTube for 5 years. And again, I'm still like not really that well known. I do appreciate the love and support that you guys like. I really love and appreciate the support, but like I'm still a very small, not very well known creator, and that's fine. I'm still working on my stuff behind the scenes and trying to focus on how I can best help other people. I don't know if my channel is ever going to grow bigger, but I know that God has a plan for me, like he has a plan for you, and there's a reason why he leads you down these paths, and it may not be for publicity or for material gain, but maybe there's a higher purpose to it with encouraging and helping other people in small ways, right? And I'm seeing that what you have been going through, you may have been feeling like you haven't been noticed, that you've been working your ass off. You're not seeing the gains of it. You're like, what is the point? Like, why am I suffering? Like, why am I going through so much grievance when in my past self, I was making all of this money? I was at a really stable point, and now I feel like I'm going through this tower moment after tower moment of having to rebuild my life, and I feel like I'm needing to go down this road, and then it just falls apart. Your spirit guides are going to be wanting to bless you at this time through all of the karmic debt that you've had to work through, all of the struggle that you've had to go through, maybe even the shame to your name because of you feeling like you haven't been able to work, or lack of work, or feeling like people aren't respecting your workflow. This is about reaping what you've sown when it comes to ending a tough cycle. So I do see a lot of positive momentum entering your life. If you have a business, like a small business that you've been working on, and you've been putting a lot of hours into it, a lot of time, you do have people that support you, but it may not be at the level of what you're wanting. I'm seeing something about people spreading the name of your company. People being like, oh yeah, that coffee shop over there, it's like a small mom and pop shop, but they have like the best coffee, or like the best scones, or you know what I mean? There's people that have been purchasing from you, working with you, seeing what you're doing, and you may be getting support in that way with trying to spread awareness of what you've been doing. Because again, you're working for the community. You're doing it for the right reasons. You're doing it for a support system, a community sense. And the right people will be drawn to whatever it is that you're doing. And I do see that you're going to be reaping rewards for you feeling like your life or your work has been still, you haven't been making progress, or you've been feeling unseen. The right people have seen you, and I think they're going to be wanting to help you at this time, right? So you're reinventing yourself because I feel like you're going to be making a name for yourself when it comes to something new. Something that maybe people made you feel bad about, foolish about, like you don't know what you're doing, like this is a bad idea. And people are going to be seeing that you had the right idea all along because God was guiding you. You were getting divine guidance. You weren't getting outward guidance. You weren't getting guidance from some CEO. You weren't getting guidance from outward sources. You were getting guidance from your intuition, from your heart, what your soul was calling you to do. It feels like your purpose in life, right? It didn't make sense to others because it wasn't supposed to. It made sense to you. This is almost like your calling in a way. And your sense of self-care was self-recognition. Recognizing that the life that you had before wasn't valuing you. It may have been giving you a good paycheck, but you felt miserable. You didn't feel satisfied. It didn't feel purposeful, but maybe this thing does. And when you do work that feels good, that has meaning, it will outwardly show that. Maybe not right away, but it will. It will be bringing you benefits. If you go to jobs that you hate, your work is not going to be that great. I'm just going to be so real here. It's going to show. It's going to show that you hate your life. It's going to show that you hate your job. Maybe not through directly complaining, but people will pick up that, wow, like pile 2 has not been putting their love into this. Like, I don't think they like being here anymore. Like people can start to see it because of the energetic signature tied to it. Like making food and you don't want to be there. You don't want to make the food. And you might not be, it may not taste that good. Right? Or it'll make people sick. Like there's something about how the work that you're doing, you genuinely care and love about it. And so it will show good work, good things. The feelings of it will feel genuine and loving, right? Anyway, let's see. I am seeing pear, so I am seeing a lot of food references here, like fruits. Delicious baked goods, that type of thing, that could resonate for someone. Maybe you have a pear-shaped figure. Maybe that's resonant for someone here as well. Your peers, how you are reinventing yourself as you are looking different to your peers, or how you interact with people is going to be seen as different. What else do I see? Anyway, pile 2, I think that's all that I have for you. If you have anything else that you see, you can type it down below. But I hope that this video helped you, and I will talk to you later. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So today we are going to be looking at how are you currently reinventing yourself. So let's just go ahead and start shuffling the cards and see what is up with you, pile 3. How are you currently reinventing yourself? Okay, this is the same card that came out for pile 2. So something about your realness, something about your own original thought, the words that you speak out, how you feel about yourself. I feel like you're going to be wanting to show that off without any filters. And as I said that, we have glamour on the bottom of the deck. So I will be taking that, and courage was underneath here as well. Joy's here. So something about how you, I guess, take care of your physical appearance. So something that you use as a way to make yourself feel pretty, feel glamorous, feel abundant, feel attractive. I'm hearing gatekeeping in my head. So maybe you're going to be more real when it comes to how you dress yourself up, how you doll yourself up. Wanting to share with others on how you became healthier or how you are changing your appearance. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing something about how you want to be real with how you make yourself up every day. And I guess what I mean by that, it's making me think of you being like online, like an influencer, and you being real with your audience and being like, hey, like I wasn't always like this, or, oh, this is my to-do list every day. This is my how I make myself presentable every day. It's giving me you want to share or show off how you get ready every day, or the things that you've done to make yourself appear the way that you are. Because glamour doesn't have to just be about your physical appearance, but you may live a very glamorous lifestyle. Like people may compliment you on how beautiful your life appears to be, or, oh, it seems like you're perfect. Like you have the perfect family, the perfect house. Your hair is never like out of place. It just seems like your life is perfect. And maybe behind the scenes, it's not so perfect, or you've had to almost cater or create this identity of appearing this way, but maybe behind the scenes, it's like a lot of work, right? It's giving me like behind the scenes video of like, okay, you see, okay, I'm stumbling. This is what it's making me think of. I'm getting like a image of Jeffree Star. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but remember that era of YouTube where Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star were like all over the internet. They were a whole vibe. I know they're really controversial, but like back then they were like a really unexpectedly funny duo. But they had this whole series on Shane Dawson's YouTube channel where he was basically investigating into the beauty world. And Jeffree Star is one of them. He's like one of the main business people when it comes to beauty, his makeup brand, his makeup line. He is a multi-millionaire, right? He probably is a billionaire. He's very, very rich. And he looked into his life, and he isn't just a YouTube star or someone that has a beauty company. He has like other businesses. Like he has businesses in the marijuana business. He has real estate. Well, now he has a yak farm, and like he has like very many different pursuits on his investments, right? But he doesn't talk about those things. It's making me think of like a deep dive of your background and how you got to be where you are, and possibly other things that you're doing besides just this. So it's making me think of broadening or maybe broadening other people's mindsets on different facets to your life or your personality, or again, the layers of you. Because they may just see like a pretty face, or they may just see, what you show visibly. But there's so much more to you that other people don't really get to know or see. And they may judge you based on maybe the money that you have or the way that you look outwardly. And I think I'm hearing this year you're going to be wanting to show off more of behind the scenes, maybe more personal things about yourself, maybe the losses that you've gone through to get to where you're at now. Sorry about the background noise. There are people working outside in the yard. But it's making me think of you wanting to show off your realness, like showing off things that don't look so glamorous. Like, yeah, you have a beautiful life, but you want to show off the things that maybe people, are afraid of showing, or, maybe secrets behind your business, or, not gatekeeping the way that you maybe change up your physical appearance. It's making me think of that, like being real, being personal. You know what I mean? And showing the depth to what it is that makes you you. You're not just a pretty face. You're not someone that just has all of these nice things. There's more to you to understand than just what it is that you've been showing publicly or what people have been maybe projecting on you. But yeah, let's go ahead and clarify a little bit more. How are you reinventing yourself, pile 3? How are you reinventing yourself? The sun, yeah, this is very extroverted energy. This is also someone that's very happy, very positive, very vibrant. Also something about your children, maybe your childhood years. I am getting that with the authenticity. You may be a lot more outspoken about your childhood years, about maybe the way that you grew up, maybe how you were when you were a kid, or maybe even speaking up about like your own fertility issues or your own family. It's making me think of childhood years. But this is all about expression of your identity, your ego, and it's very outward there. So there is something about how you're becoming more authentic with your self-expression. You want to show off all facets of yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the beautiful, everything. Because you may have been feeling like people only got to see one side of yourself, and I'm stumbling on my words, so I'm really sorry. It's making me think that you want to feel good in your skin. I'm also seeing very unpredictable changes that you're going to be making when it comes to how you exert yourself. When I see the 8 of Wands, these are very fast-paced changes. Like, I'm hearing there's this call of me wanting to be real with myself and real with others, and you're going to be making a lot of changes to how people see you. I'm getting at the public eye. You're going to be making really big changes. I'm hearing statements to how people see and receive you in the public eye that I actually feel like will catch people off guard. What are you doing when it comes to that? What is this 8 of Wands? Relationship changes. If you are someone that's like a content creator, you may be making changes to maybe contracts or business partners or people that you work with. If this is a personal thing, I'm seeing that you're going to be making changes to maybe showing off your partner, or maybe making it publicly known that maybe you and a partner broke up or something. We do have the Fool card again. There's something being open and transparent about your current relationships or past relationships. I think you want people to really get to see you, like the real you. You want people to connect with who you actually are and not like an image of, or an echo. I'm hearing an echo of who you used to be. There's vulnerability here that I'm seeing. You want to become more vulnerable with people. You want people to really see you in your light. Maybe your own inner child is going to start coming through where it's less filtered. When you think about children, they don't filter themselves. They have authenticity within them because again, they don't learn to feel shame. They don't know what it means to be bullied or feel embarrassed or feel like there's things that they need to hide with themselves. As kids, they have no filter. You know what I mean? And so they say what's on their mind and they don't double, triple, or quadruple check what they say before they say it. Maybe appearing to people as more blunt, maybe even more naive at times. Again, that's not a bad thing, but the way that you are with people, there is no covering, there's no shadiness, there's no motive. It's like you're appearing to people like in a childlike mindset where you're not really expecting anything. You're not suspective of people. Why did I say it like that? You don't come with motives. You don't come with a certain intention. You just kind of allow yourself to come as you are. And I also feel like that in a way is going to be, I think you're also going to be unmasking certain people around you. I'm not going to lie. Your relationship dynamics are going to be changing because you want to come to people as you are fully. And some people may not really like that or appreciate that, or they may not know how to react to that. So I do feel like there's going to be endings in certain connections because they can't be real with you. Or they just maybe they don't like this realness about you. There's something about your relationships this year. I'm seeing new people entering your life, but you also making really big decisions about the partnerships that are in your life right now. Let's see what decisions you're going to be making when it comes to partnerships. The Four of Wands. So you could be thinking about marriage. You could be thinking about, wedding celebrations and your intention behind stability and secureness in relationships. You want to feel like you and maybe the people that you have in your life, you feel like you're a team, that you have the same desires. You move the same way through life. You want people that reflect your own honesty and your own integrity and people that are real. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to have this facade anymore. So you're going to be, removing a facade that you had, but you also want people to meet you in the same way. And so, yeah, there's a lot of things here pointing to a naked body. So I do feel like for some of you, your body is going to be going through changes. The way that you present your body will be more susceptible. And I mean that in a way where you're going to become more sensual. You're going to be more loving to your body. You're not going to be afraid of hiding your figure as much. I'm seeing the body as a really big thing. Body changes. Maybe you want to be able to show off your skin. I know that sounded really weird, but it's like you want to be able to feel like you're not hiding anything about your body, or you're not hiding anything about yourself. You want to feel free in that sense. And it also seems like you're going to be wanting to maybe heal certain connections where maybe you felt like you weren't being honest, or you weren't taking accountability, or you want to be more real with the people that you have in your life. As a way to help better understand you, but also you want to be able to meet people in that same sense where you want to be able to understand them. I think you're going to be leaving superficial stuff behind. There is something about you not wanting to be having superficial connections or feeling like you're not being true to you. There's a big emphasis on that. Let's go ahead and keep moving. Yeah, as I said, that be true to you came out. So you're going to be true to yourself, your ideas, your motives. I do feel like you're going to be making a really big decision when it comes to maybe someone that you're thinking about spending maybe many years with, like marriage, a partner. I keep hearing that you want a partner that complements your goals. So you may be on the hunt of finding someone that you can settle down with that is going to be your long-term partner, your long-term relationship. There's something about how you want to meet people where they're at, but at the same time understanding that not everyone is going to be, I'm hearing, acknowledging your growth and wanting to be a part of this new you's life. There's something really different about you. Like, you're going through a really big change energetically that also is going to be affecting your choices and decisions in a way where people may be questioning your judgment. I heard that. It feels almost unexpected. Like, people may be assuming that you kind of just changed overnight, that you don't seem like the same person at all. Your personality's different. Your demeanor's different. Like, they're like, well, pile 3 would never make that choice. They would never decide to do that. Like, what's happening to them? I think for a long time, I think there were parts of you that weren't being honest with yourself. There's something about an image that you no longer want to attain to. So yes, to other people, it may seem like it's coming out of left field, but really you're just being fully honest with yourself and making those changes that you've been wanting to make, the things that you've been wanting to say, but it's like you've been censoring yourself. You don't want to censor yourself anymore. And that is going to be impacting your relationships in a way where there's going to be people that will not like this and they may choose to leave. But I also feel like because of this, you're going to be attracting new people in your life. I also see that you're going to be wanting to, again, new exercise program. There's something about being real about when it comes to maybe being hard on your body. Maybe you don't want to be hard on your body and keep up with like physical appearances anymore. Maybe you work out a lot. Maybe you're really strict when it comes to your diet. Maybe you feel like you need to look a certain way to have, like, I don't know why I'm picking this up. Like, you feel like you need to look a certain way, glamour yourself in this certain way as a way for people to love, accept you, and like just genuinely like you. But it's like you don't want to put in the effort when you don't want to anymore. I keep getting images of like Priscilla Presley. Yeah, it's like making me think of like Elvis Presley's ex-wife. That whole situation, that I don't even want to get into that, but she was basically trying to meet up to his beauty standards. Like her dyeing her hair, wearing the heavy makeup, and even when she was pregnant, she was trying to stay a certain weight, like being petite, because she didn't want his eyes to be, going over to other women. She wanted to keep up appearances so that he would find her attractive. Even though she was doing things that she didn't really find as her style, it was hard on her body. And, it probably put a lot of stress and toll on her mental health, but she did it for appearances. And it's making me think of something like that, where you don't want to do things for other people to please them. You want to please yourself. And I'm hearing that you've been toying around with like new ways of expressing yourself, new workout routines, new health regimens that you want to instill. But you may be feeling like you're being peer pressured to stay in the old, right? To stay in the old outdated version of you. You feel like you can't grow and become and mature into a new version of yourself. Giving me that you want to rebrand, but you're afraid of losing the support that you have. It's like you want to be able to rebrand as a way of showing who you are now and not staying in a version of yourself that no longer is you. This can mean many different things. It's giving me that you've had the same hairstyle for like 10 years, or someone told you that you looked good in this outfit, and so you've been sticking with this style because you're like, okay, this is what makes me feel good. People compliment this, but it's like you're yearning for more. You're yearning for more, and I think that that's what you're going to be doing, is pursuing things that help you feel more like the new version of yourself that you're becoming. I'm hearing that for you. What do I want to do next? For you, I want to do charms and Scrabble letters to end your guys' video. I'm also seeing your taste in love is changing. Like what you value in connections and relationships is going through a change. Like maybe the type of people that you were attracted to before, you're not really attracted to them anymore. Like you're recognizing that the values and the things that you value in connections, that's changing because you're growing. But I'm also seeing what you are physically attracted to is going through a change as well. I don't know why I'm picking that up. When I play, that's interesting. What does that mean? Again, when I play, thinking about your childhood, there's something about your childhood that you want to recapture. It's even making me think that you're in your head a lot and you imagine what your life would be like if you just went back to a certain time period, or if you were to be real in that moment. I feel like there's a lot of things that you do. Again, I don't want to talk for you, but I keep getting this image of you having something happen, like you have a social interaction, and then you leave, and you have to say things as a way for social etiquette and, to be respected and become mature. But then when you're alone, you think back on what it would be like if you were to just say what you wanted to say, or if you could just leave, or you think about like what your life would be like if you could just be honest. If you could do what felt good in the moment and not just doing something because, again, it's expected of you. And I keep getting that you role play. I'm getting like role playing, or there's like an alter ego, or there's something that you play in your mind about what your life could be like. It's like your fantasy life, you want to make that into a reality. You don't want to hold yourself back anymore. You may even be blowing off steam when it comes to like a partnership, like when it comes to your love life. I am kind of getting something a little bit more of a sexual thing here. I'm getting that you may even be feeling, again, I'm sorry if this is too much, but some of you guys may be feeling kind of sexually frustrated, or just frustrated in general when it comes to your love and connections. It's like you want more, you're desiring more. There is this desire of you want more intimacy, you want more passion, you want more of a drive, you want more fantasy, you want more, I guess, chemistry, right? Assertiveness, dominance. And I'm seeing that what you're going to be doing is you want to have a life full of passion. You want passion, you want heat, you want fire, you want expression. So it does seem like you're going to be making plans on how can I manifest that in my life? How can I achieve that? Let's see, how can you achieve that? How are you going to be bringing more play, passion, desire, maybe more sexual chemistry, more of a sex drive if you have a low libido, I don't know. Letting go. Yeah, I think you're going to be letting something go, which it could be, honestly, for some of you, this could be sad. It could be letting go of a partnership. It could be letting go of what's expected of you, letting go of maybe certain medications if that's something that's been prohibiting you from feeling good. Yeah, the 12th house is all about the subconscious. You're letting go of the hidden, the fear, the things that could feel like addictions or limitations in your life, like mental limitations. I'm getting a big thing that you're going to be letting go is something that is holding you back from becoming your most sensual side. Your freedom flowing, right? I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Again, that card or that charm said play. You want to dance, you want to love, you want to laugh, I want to play. You want to feel good. You want to feel enjoyment. You want to feel happy and just feeling the senses. It feels like your senses feel dulled. You want to feel creative. So you're going to be letting go of something that's dulling your senses. Maybe you're realizing like maybe drinking, drugs. Again, I don't want to judge anyone. Everyone has their own thing that they do. Maybe there's actually something that you're doing physically to your body that's numbing you. It's making me think of like something's bottled up, something's blocked off. You're not allowing something to come out. You're not allowing yourself to feel something. Maybe you need to feel something. Maybe you're blocking and numbing yourself intentionally because you may be feeling like you're not allowed to feel, or I don't know, maybe it's something to really distract your time. It could be a substance, I don't know, but it's making me think that you're going to be allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to release, allowing yourself to be free, allowing yourself to let go, and just kind of hoping for the best, allowing yourself to be barefaced, allowing yourself to be who you are, not holding yourself back. And that I feel like is going to be what brings you true happiness. And I do see this desire for life, love, and I'm hearing lust again coming back. Like, I think you may have a very high, I don't know why I'm picking this up. I think some of you guys used to have like a really high sex drive or something, or you're a very creative person. You're someone that has a lot of creative expression, but maybe you feel like you have to hold yourself back or water yourself down. You're not allowed yourself to really shine or show off that aspect, which is making you feel dull. It's making you feel maybe even harsher on yourself and just feel kind of blah in your life. Maybe you need an outlet. You may even be finding an outlet where your inner child can really come out. You may be going back to a hobby or an interest that your inner child used to do as a way for fun. And that's something that you're going to be getting back into. But I also feel for some of you, there's something here about your love life and maybe even your own sexual desires that needs to come out. If you know what I mean. I don't know if that's too much, but I do see that for someone here. All right, let's go ahead and end your reading off, pile 3, with some Scrabble letters for you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm seeing the word game. You may be playing more games, like video games, board games, making your life feel like a game. Again, having this sense of like you're the main character in your life. I'm getting that. Let's see. I see the word run, so you may be going on more runs. That's something that I do see here. What else do I see? I see the word jar. There may be something about a jar that you have, or maybe you're going to be putting something in a jar. I'm hearing filled with notes. I am seeing the word harm. So there is something about how you feel like you're harming yourself in a way. By you holding yourself back, it's causing you harm. I think that's something that your spirit guides are wanting to get you to understand is you may be trying to hold yourself back in a way as a way to make other people feel good or as a way to protect other people, but really you're harming yourself. I don't know why I felt like I needed to say that. Um, like you're holding yourself back and it's causing you self detriment. Okay, I'm going to be really real here. This is going to be a little bit darker, and I'm not trying to be, but some of you guys are really going through it mentally, like really bad to the point where like I'm very worried about you. And I think your spirit guides are too about the mental state of where your head is at right now. And that this is not for everyone, but for some of the people, I am getting this. It's like a depression. And I'm seeing that the reason why you are feeling so depressed is because you are feeling blocked off, maybe creatively, sexually, intimacy wise. This is causing you to have mental health issues. Like you need to release this. There's something that's being blocked and it feels like you need to blow off steam. Maybe you're feeling angry. Maybe you're recognizing that you're extremely angry or holding on to anger, resentments, sexual frustrations. And maybe one of the things that you're going to be doing is maybe finding an outlet through exercise. Maybe you're going to try and be more vocal and open and maybe even speaking to like a counselor. Again, maybe you're recognizing that you're just sexually frustrated. You need to get that out and you'll feel better. I don't know what's going on with you. Again, maybe you need a hobby to create, to draw, to write, to sing. You need something. You need an outlet of some kind because you're bottling all of your emotions up and it's going to not be good for you in the long run. And I see that your mental health hasn't been that great from what it's showing me. And I actually feel like your spirit guides are worried for you. They want to help you. I'm seeing the word gum. So maybe gum, like, I don't know, maybe that's something that you're going to be chewing more. Maybe you're stopping chewing gum, nicotine gum, maybe gum is a distraction. This could just be a confirmation for you. I'm seeing the word dare. So you are going to be doing something where you're going to be daring yourself, doing the hard thing, doing things that make you feel a little bit fearful as a way for you to feel at all is what I'm hearing. It's giving me like an adrenaline junkie. Like you need something that lights you up, makes you feel. Like I'm getting that you want to feel. So yeah, I don't really know how else to describe that. I'm seeing the word mug, like a coffee mug or a cup. I'm seeing jar and cup. So maybe you're going to be getting into clay arts. Maybe you want to make mugs. Like physically make things with your hands, painting mugs or jars, maybe collecting mugs or jars. I don't know. Let's see here. I'm seeing the word mend. You're also wanting to mend things. How you're reinventing yourself is you want to be able to reconcile and fix things, maybe a connection in your life, maybe a part of yourself that you pushed away. I'm hearing bringing two things into one or bringing two people into one. Again, maybe there's a relationship in your life that is hurting. You recognize that you're neglecting it. There's things that need to be said, honesty, accountability, like a heart-to-heart conversation. And this can be really healing for that connection as well. Reconnecting with your partner or reconnecting with this loved one and being upfront and honest with this person and working on compromising with one another. Yeah, but pile 3, that's all that I see for you. I really hope that this helped you, and I will talk to you all later.